The video you're about to see is standard operating procedure and happens thousands of times per week in the United States. This was Columbia, Missouri. SWAT team goes in. The people open the front door. They go in. They have a Welsh Corgi and a bulldog. The dogs are barking at them, and they shoot them both and kill them. Then you see the little children. You see the father crying when he finds out his dogs are dead. And you look at the looks on the police officer's face when he's crying, and they've got this look of power-tripping enjoyment, and they won't ever respond to him. They won't ever talk to him when he asks questions. So he doesn't respond to them after that when they ask him questions. And they reported that they found 1 gram of marijuana in his marijuana pipe. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something here. The drug war was initiated after Prohibition in the 1930s. The trafficking interests controlled by Yale University, Skull and Bones, and others, this is all on record, traveled around the country and got the states and the federal government to pass laws against opium, heroin, cocaine, things like that were sold at convenience stores. It was sold at every major little pharmacy. And in the old days, convenience stores were mainly pharmacies. They had newspapers and drugs and things. Less people were using marijuana, cocaine, heroin when they were legal. Once they made them illegal, the price went way up. And the reason I raise this issue is no one is safe. The police can bust in your door because some drug addict informant says that they saw marijuana there. And I thought about my French bulldog. What happens with my 35-pound dog and my chihuahua if a SWAT team ever comes to my house? And I don't even smoke marijuana. I do drink some. And my dogs will bark. They will run out. They will jump out of the bed. They sleep with us. And the police will kill them. Years ago, on my local TV show, we did episode after episode of locals who were SWAT teamed where drugs weren't even found, and they would come in and kill a lab that was even chained up in the kitchen. And we went and showed photos of it with its brains blown out and its intestines everywhere, and the cops were laughing in that case, and they fired bullets through the wall that went into the baby crib in one case. And the issue is these police officers have lost their souls. They're getting off on this. Does that mean all police are getting off on it? No. But the issue is the phony drug war gives the Pentagon that's involved in it and the militarized police an excuse to be involved in our daily lives, to knock down our doors, to give them some type of fake jurisdiction. So we're going to play you clips from this video of what they've done, and we'll post the full video shot by the police up in the corner if you want to watch it.
You're fine. So make sure we're Don't move! You understand? Put your hands behind your back! Do it now! Behind your back!
What is happening?
Search warrant. Narcotic search warrant. Don't move.
Search.
Turn around right here. Don't move.
Did you shoot? Did you shoot my dog?
Stand
You
still.
shot my dog! Oh my God! My dog is over there! She was probably trying to play with you. Come over here. She was probably trying to play with you.
Once we get down, let's get him in the car.
See, Pop?
Yeah.
You have your extra mood silent. Anything you say can You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand?
We'll take that as a yes. You are on audio tape, as a matter of fact.
That's fine.
Okay, come on.
I didn't do anything wrong.
But this is why I'm doing this video. This is why I'm so outraged. This is the key. It has come out in the last 8 years that the Taliban had cut off almost all opium production in Afghanistan, previously the main site of opium that then produces heroin. And that the U.S. government went in and started helping the Afghans grow the opium again. And, of course, the CIA got caught in Vietnam on record shipping opium out. They were caught in 1996. Even the CIA Inspector General admitted that most of the cocaine for the crack cocaine epidemic was shipped in. And now in Afghanistan, because Pat Tillman wrote letters home before they killed him saying, look, we're growing the opium, this is wrong, I'm against this war, it's a fraud. Now because all that info's come out and the troops are there being forced to help grow the opium, they've come out in the New York Times and said, yeah, Mohammed Karzai's brother, the president of Afghanistan, is the biggest drug dealer. Yeah, we're letting him grow the opium. Yeah, we're helping him. We've got to do this or Al-Qaeda will get the money. No, you decriminalize it, and then Al-Qaeda, the CIA, they won't have the profit because it's illegal anymore, and it won't have the huge profits involved in it with the black market. But here's the deal. The government ships most of the cocaine in. The only people they bust are those that aren't paying their cut. Okay? The government ships in almost all the heroin. It's more than up 12 times what it was 8.5 years ago when we invaded Afghanistan. Record numbers. Over 90% of global opium is coming out of Afghanistan, and they have Geraldo Rivera there with the Marine Corps commander going, I don't like it, but we've got to help them grow it, and, you know, we're here letting them do it.
The hard part now is governing this province, a province, as you suggest, that has become addicted to opium in many, many ways. That is the principal crop that is being grown here. The Taliban lend the farmers the money. They are indebted to the Taliban. They have to grow the opium. Now the Marines, in their success, are in a sense a victim of their success, because now the population is, they have these opium fields, and we are tolerating it. We are tolerating the cultivation of the opium because we know that if we were to destroy it now, the population would turn against the Marines, and it would be a real security risk that you're watching as this opium is being grown. I know it grinds at your gut. How do you deal with it? What are you doing about it?
Well, frankly, this is a part of their culture. So while it might grind in my gut, it's what they do.
I fault the politicians for putting the Marines in this position, where we can't eradicate these crops for security reasons. And
that's the point. They ship it in to have an excuse to bust down your door and build giant prisons. We have the biggest prison population in the world, and no one is safe. I've seen countless reports of, retired CPAs and people when the SWAT team raids the wrong house and kills them, or old ladies, 90-something years old, and they shoot them and kill them. And then you see the cops laughing about it. You see them enjoying it. You see them on this big power trip. And you also have the police raiding real drug dealers and keeping the money, keeping the drugs, seizing their assets, taking cash out of people's wallets on the highway, letting illegal aliens go that have been caught with $105,000 of drugs just last week in Tennessee. The government runs the narcotics business. And they then put you in their private prisons, making license plates and making furniture to then compete with everybody else that's on the outside. So the prisoners are making 25 cents an hour. That drives down wages just like the illegal aliens do. Mexico is collapsing because of the phony drug war. The United States is going to collapse. And this is pure Nazi Germany, to have men come in your house and kill your dogs because they bark at them every single day in this country, and then just sit there smugly enjoying the power trip from what they've done. Think about it. The troops are over in Afghanistan growing the opium. They're going to come back. Most of them are going to end up being SWAT team people and cops, and then they're going to raid your house for a gram of marijuana. You think about that. 80+% of the American people smoke marijuana or have smoked it. Most cops have smoked it, but they don't care. They're going to come in your house, kill your dogs in front of your little kids. They're going to drag you off to jail for a gram of marijuana. That's less than a joint. This is completely disgusting and sickening. So you've seen the video of the kids, the dogs bleeding to death in pain. You've seen the cops with their smug looks of enjoyment whenever the father is crying. And you've seen the newscast where Fox News is explaining to you, we've got to help grow the opium. We've got to let them do this to fight Al-Qaeda. It is a sickening fraud. And look, they were denying this years ago. But now, because it's so out in the open and the troops are writing home and speaking out about why are we growing the opium, they're just hiding it in plain view. We help grow the opium, we let them ship it out, and then if we catch you with it, we're going to kill your dogs and come in your house. And if we catch you with marijuana, we're going to do it, because we're fighting drugs, because drugs are bad. It's all these fake moral people in America who are supporting the drug war like a bunch of ignoramuses who are allowing this giant police state to grow up around them that is going to enslave them and their families. Understand. The troops throwing puppies off cliffs, the troops shooting children, the troops torturing people, they're having their minds warped. And they're coming back to become cops who have that hunger to see that pain and to have that domination and to have that control, going after drugs that were shipped in by the government. But why do they hate marijuana so much? The government doesn't control marijuana. It can be grown anywhere. And that's why they're doing it. That's why they're coming against the American people. This isn't America. This isn't freedom. It is a fraud. Remember that. The government openly ships the drugs in now. They hide it in plain view and admit they're doing it. And they think you're too stupid to put two and two together. In the New York Times and AP and everywhere, the Russians said, let us go in and spray the opium. We're losing 30,000 Russians a year from heroin overdoses. And NATO said, no. We're not going to allow eradication. U.S. troops are now basically farmers. They're helping grow the opium, protecting it, and then it's shipped out of the country. And it's come out that a lot of the big defense contractors and private mercenary groups are busy flying the drugs out. And they're also using rendition CIA aircraft for kidnapped people in the U.S. and worldwide they grab to also fly the drugs in and out. That's like a few years ago. Reuters reported that a CIA aircraft filled with pure cocaine coming from the source crashed in Mexico. And now that's not enough. This big police state's hungry for the American people. They're trying to pass laws where no judge, no jury, no charges. They just put you on a no-fly list. You can't buy guns. Now they've got bills introduced where Lieberman's out there promoting and has a good chance of passing that if they say they think you might be a terrorist, your constitutional rights are stripped, your citizenship is stripped, and you're given to a secret military team and can be tortured. This is an illegitimate criminal narcotics trafficking government. Stop shipping the drugs in, government, and stop using it as a pretext to pack your private prisons and raid people's houses while the cops get stinking rich off all the drug money and drugs they steal. Our government is a drug-dealing criminal operation. We have to take it back. We have to decriminalize drugs right now to cut off the drug money to the scumbag banks that launder it.